do it now.
On today's edition of Anime Spotlight, Soun Tendo, master of the Tendo Dojo and the man responsible for breathing new life into an art destined for extinction. We will look at the life of a man who trained hard and overcame adversity to eventually become one of the most instantly recognizable figures in all of Tokyo. All of this on Anime Spotlight. Greetings, young martial arts enthusiasts. I am Son Tendo. And what is anything goes martial arts? Is karate, kung fu, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, capoeira, street fighting, kendo, archery, fencing, jousting, alchemy, telekinesis, meditation, conjuring, stars, swords, staffs, grenades, guns, artillery vehicles. What is anything goes martial arts? I think the proper question is, what isn't anything goes martial arts? Come and visit the Tendo Family Training Hall and ask about our free trial offer, or call the number on your screen. Act now! Soun Tendo's early days were centered around one thing: martial arts. As a youngster, he fascinated in all the different fighting styles from around the world, and dreamed of excelling in all of them. Many of his fellow classmates were taken aback by Soun's unusual obsession, but there was one student who shared his feelings, a boy by the name of Genma Saotome. Soun and Genma would spend every moment together, sparring with each other, honing their crafts, reading and learning about all the different kinds of martial arts. Others may have viewed these two as buffoons, but they enjoyed intellectual hobbies. They were actively involved in their school's drama club. They were heralded for their skills in creative writing, often challenging each other to write poetry and haiku on the fly. When they were not physically testing each other's abilities in the dojo, they were challenging each other's minds in games like Go and Shogi.
You've got a friend.
It was in high school where Soun would meet his soulmate, the woman destined to one day be his bride. Here we see an early photograph of Soun during those carefree days. Soun and Genma grew into accomplished martial artists, but they always longed for more. They both had an insatiable desire to learn and grow, and one fateful day their tireless studies led them to a long dormant martial art, one that rolled up every conceivable style into one. This was anything goes martial arts. Soun and Genma obsessed over this hidden discipline. Long it was thought to be an art lost in the bowels of time, but after an exhaustingly long search, the two eager young boys were able to connect with the one man who could lead them on the path. The man was Master Hosai, a diminutive man about 2'4" and over 400 years old. Happosai gladly took Soun and Genma under his wing, and the three immediately set out to trek across the earth, training and absorbing every step of the way. Son Tendo and Genma Saotome were not afraid of a little hard work, but they were unprepared for Master Happosai's harsh training methods. Happosai, little by little, revealed himself to be evil, perverted, and self-serving. He frequently used the boys for his own personal gain, using them as decoys and whipping boys in his many criminal activities. They unwillingly helped him sneak into women's locker rooms and bathhouses, and regularly would end up washing dishes after their master would eat at restaurants and skip out without paying. Soun and Genma dealt with unending torture and humiliation for a great many years, and eventually realized they were not learning fast enough. In fact, they were not learning anything at all. Soun and Genma decided in one last session to put an end to their training, and to their master, once and for all. One day, roaming deep in the mountains of Hida, Soun and Genma fed their master sake until he was inebriated. They hauled him cliffside to a deep dark cave and sealed him away in a makeshift tomb. Finally, Soun and Genma were free to develop at their own pace, but with Happosai, the last bastion of anything goes martial arts, out of the way, their treasured discipline was in danger of extinction. The two made a solemn vow: for anything goes martial arts to survive, it would be through their bloodline. Together they planned on one day marrying their children, merging their two schools, and carrying on the art through their children and their children's children. Having lost so much time, the two continued to migrate, and scrambled a bit to find their footing. Having no guidance whatsoever, the two found themselves in some precarious situations, most notably their well-documented martial arts dining loss against Picolet Chardin I. Soun Tendo stepped forward in a gesture to repay Picolet for all the food they had eaten, agreeing to offer one of his future daughters to the Chardin family as a bride. That was a decision that would later come back to haunt the Tendo family. Coming up, a man's dreams of grandeur become a reality, only for tragedy to strike. For the next couple of years, Son Tendo put his rigorous training with Genma Saotome on hold, and concentrated on his family. He married his high school sweetheart. Son and his wife gave birth to 3 lovely daughters, Kasumi, Nabiki, and Akane. Son earned a modest living as the master of the newly established Tendo Training Hall, located in Tokyo, Japan's Nerima district, which spread the word of anything goes martial arts to the young community. Of his 3 daughters, his youngest, Akane, grew to be his most worthy successor. As for Genma, he married as well to his wife Nodoka and bore one son, Ranma. Genma established the Saotome School of Anything Goes martial arts, but lacking proper funding, he was forced to reduce the school to one-on-one mentoring. Son and Genma kept in touch regularly, but rarely did they see one another as they were busy with their respective families and businesses. Every once in a while they would break away and go on light training missions, but as time passed, these expeditions came less and less. Son Tendo himself would tell you that he is not the most accomplished martial artist. In fact, his win-loss record is stacked largely in his opponent's favor. He has, however, patented his own personal repertoire of super moves to be used on the battlefield, moves he developed while groveling before the benevolent Master Happosai. One of such abilities is the Ghost Aura, which Son can implement whenever he doesn't get what he wants, or goes into a crying fit. Its success rate speaks volumes.
Saotome, let's do it! I'm right behind you.
His Samurai Aura has Son taking the appearance of a Godzilla-sized samurai, and with this move he can fight opponents much larger than he. This move takes a great deal of concentration, and rarely does Son pull it from his bag of tricks. Finally, there are his most fearsome moves, the Claw of the Furious Dragon, and the Kick of Casual Conflagration. Their terror speaks for itself.